So today I'm doing a video that I've been talking about for quite some time now, probably a couple months actually at this point. But I'm going to be telling you guys all about my fitness routine, what I do to work out, how I stay motivated, how many times I work out a week, etc, etc. One more thing I want to say before I get into this video is this is not going to be a diet video. I'm purely going to be covering my fitness routine. So let's just get started. Now my outfit is from fabletics.com. It's kind of hard for me to show you, so I think I'll probably put a cutaway here or a type of picture or something like that. But my whole outfit is from Fabletics. I'm wearing the Dash sports bra, which is really cute in the back. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that. I'm also wearing the Nema tank top and the Solari Capri. Number one, the Dash sports bra is really cute. It's nice and comfortable, and I feel like it offers a lot of support considering the back. And the reason that I like the capris is because they're very form-fitting and they're a good quality material, so they really suck you in. Now there are two ways you can shop on Fabletics. You become a regular member or you can become a VIP member. Now I'm personally a VIP member, and with VIP you just get more perks. And if you sign up to be a VIP member, which I'll put all of the links in the description box below, so definitely go check that out. Your first outfit is $25, and considering the outfit that I got is a three-piece outfit, it came with the sports bra, the tank, and the capris. I feel like that's an amazing deal. So again, links in the description box below and you guys can check it out. So let me talk about my body type first, because I feel like this will give you guys a good indication of how my body is. So I am about 5'3.5", maybe 5'4" on a good day. I like to say I'm 5'4", so we're just gonna go with 5'4". But yeah, so I'm a little bit on the short side, and I weigh about 102 to 105 pounds, just kind of depending on if I'm bloated or if it's that time of the month or something like that. So I fluctuate, obviously, like everyone does. Now I personally have the shortest torso in the world. Like literally, my torso is like this long. From like the bottom of my bust to like where my hips start, it is like literally that long, like the length of my hand. So I have a very short torso, longer legs, and so when I do put on weight, it tends to go to my belly first. So I get kind of like a chunky midsection, I guess you could say. Now I think a misconception about my body type that a lot of people might think is that I'm naturally thin, and while I guess that is to a certain extent probably true, I also am not the type of person that is blessed that I can just eat anything I want and not put on weight. Now I did put on a freshman 15, or my freshman 15, when I did go to college. I'll try and find a picture and put it here. When I was at my heaviest, I think I was around like 115 to 117 pounds. So that's just kind of a general summary of my body type, just so you guys can kind of get a feel for that if you're curious. Now let's go ahead and talk about my fitness routine and sort of my preferences when it comes to working out. So I have to really differentiate how I work out. Personally, I am a cardio junkie, so I prefer cardio over strength training, unlike most people. I think most people would rather weight train, strength train, do interval training, like all that kind of stuff, versus just cardio. And for me, if I could just run or cycle and I could be in perfect shape, then I would just do that. However, because in the past when I do that, I tend to lose a lot of my muscle because I'm just degrading my muscle because I'm just doing too much cardio. I do have to throw in some type of training. Now how I do that is, for the most part, for I'd say the past like 5 or 6 months, I've really been enjoying Blogilates. And I think that's another misconception that people get, is that you have to go to a gym to be in shape or to work out. Now while I do have access to a gym where I can go work out on the weight machines and the free weights and everything like that, I actually find myself enjoying doing things at home more because it's just more convenient, it saves me time, and I can knock it out and be done with it. So I do like Blogilates. I actually have her app on my phone, and I follow her calendar workouts whenever I have the chance to do that. Now because I've been doing it for 5 to 6 months now, it is getting a little repetitive for my liking, so I do the treadmill and I change it up with the elliptical, and I also throw in biking. Also like to take classes, so a lot of times I'll work the studio circuit. So I was going to a spin studio a couple months ago, and I was taking spinning classes. I really like spinning classes because, again, it's like a super cardio intensive class for an hour. You're on a bike spinning. I've also really liked cardio bar. I've done cardio bar in the past. I have also taken like fitness hip hop classes in the past, and those were fun. I was like twerking while I'm working out. And then I also really like Pilates in general and yoga. Like I said, since I do prefer cardio, I do like to get some like high intensity workouts in my routine. So I do like Tabata classes, which is what I am doing now. And yeah, so I do change it up a lot. As you can tell, I've taken... So how many times do I work out in a week? Now, if I'm kind of slacking and not doing too well, or if I'm sick, or say I'm super busy, I will at least try and squeeze in 2 to 3 workouts a week. Now, even if it is just 25 minutes walking on the treadmill, I'll be fine with that. Like, as long as I get some type of activity in, I'm okay with that, and that'll go into my next point in a second. Now, when I'm actually like in my routine, on my schedule, doing well, I usually work out about 4 to 5 times a week. A big thing when it comes to fitness is how I stay motivated. So like I mentioned in the last point when I was talking about how many times I work out a week, I don't try and kill myself. I try to make a point to be a little bit forgiving with myself. So even if it is something like hopping on the treadmill for 25 minutes, I am perfectly fine with that and consider that a workout. I don't want to make myself hate working out and be like, oh, I have to go spend an hour on the treadmill or spend an hour doing Blogilates or go to my class, which takes an hour, because a lot of times that can be very discouraging. So I try and stay away from that. If you are the type of person that has to have someone work out with you, find someone to work out with you. Now, personally, you probably have seen it in my Snapchat. I will Snapchat a lot of times when I'm off to the gym or going to studios to work out. I go with my best friend. Her and I are very similar as far as fitness levels go. So her and I can kind of like keep each other motivated. It's really important to try and find someone that is on a similar fitness level, because if you go someone that's like way more in shape than you, you might be like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of like embarrassed, or I feel discouraged to work out with them. Or if you find someone that's on a really low fitness level, you might be finding yourself kind of lowering yourself so you're at their pace. So I think it's very important for you to try and find someone that is at a similar fitness level. Now, that's not to say you shouldn't work out if you can't find someone like that. Honestly, I've probably only been regularly working out with Bethy for about a year now. In college and everything like that, I would sometimes go with friends, but for the most part, I would just go and work out by myself. I would go to like kickboxing classes by myself, and I'm just kind of like, whatever, like I'm just doing my thing. If I look insane, then that's their problem, not mine. Another thing, and I think I kind of talked about this when I was talking about my fitness routine, you need to know yourself. Now, I know I love cardio. I know that if I work out in the morning, I'm more likely to get it done versus working out in the afternoon. So you need to be honest with yourself and kind of figure out what works for you, what works for your routine, what is more encouraging to you versus what is discouraging for you. So like I said, I have to work out in the morning. If I don't work out in the morning, there is an 80% chance I won't work out in the afternoon. So I know that, and I know that with myself, so I will make a point to wake up early, get my workout done, and then I'm done for the day and I don't have to think about it. I also mentioned this, but you need to differentiate your workout, and I know you probably read this in fitness magazines and things like that, or see it on YouTube, but it is so important. I know with myself, I get so bored of something, like even though I love the Blogilates app, but since I've been doing it for so many months, I find myself doing the same videos over and over again, and then I get lazy. And so you kind of have to like be aware of yourself and be self-aware of maybe when you're losing interest in something, and be adventurous. Like I use Groupon a lot of times when it comes to taking fitness classes to try and find other fitness classes that I want to take. Another point is just try and stay active in general. Like for me personally, I try and stay active throughout my day. I don't just have my workout that I'm active in and then I don't just sit on my butt all day. So I'll have my workout and then I'll shower and start with my day, but I'll also, since my work is basically sitting at a computer, I will make a point to like get up off my computer and I'll like go vacuum the house, or I'll take time to like go walk outside, go walk a block, or you know, run an errand or something, just something so I'm not just sitting around all day. Finally, I think you guys have asked me what this was because I've been wearing this for quite some time now. I've had it for a couple months. This is actually the Garmin Vivo Smart HR fitness band. I actually used to wear the Jawbone, I think it's called the Jawbone Up 24 is what I used to wear. So I wore that for a while and then it broke, and so I upgraded to this one. Now I will say it's a little bit bulkier than I prefer and it's a little uncomfortable to sleep with, but the reason that I got this was because it has the HR function, the heart rate function, and so I like to monitor my heart rate throughout the day and it gets a better calorie count. So I like that, and also this is kind of a integrated smartwatch, so not only does it tell me the time, but it also sends my text messages, my Snapchats, the weather. I can play music from this like through Bluetooth to my phone. So it has a lot of other features which I catch myself using, so it's really nice. It has all that integrated into it. I do wish it was more streamlined and not so bulky, but this is fine for the meantime. And I actually was finding that heart rate watches are quite expensive to find one that is fairly accurate, and so far so good. Like I said, only complaint is the aesthetic, but you know, whatever. Another thing when it comes to motivation, and another misconception, I think, at least I know this applies to me, is that I don't think I'll ever enjoy working out. Like, I do like the feeling after I work out, but it's very seldom I'm in the midst of my workout. I'm like, this is great, I feel wonderful, blah, blah, blah. I'm usually struggling, gasping for breath, sweating my brains off. Like, it's usually a very uncomfortable process for me, and so I just have to say, I think people think, well, I have to enjoy working out for me to work out, and that's not necessarily true. Like, I have taken some fun fitness classes in the past, which definitely help, but I think I enjoy the feeling after I'm done working out more than the actual working out. And I think that's something important to keep in your mind. It's okay to not like working out. I still don't like working out. And I'm not someone, I played sports in high school, but I was never someone that it was just in my mind all the time that I was just built to work out. I have to really encourage and force myself to work out. So it's okay if you don't like working out. Don't be too hard on yourself. Just as long as you try and get it in and do your best, that's all you can do. So don't be too hard on yourself. So I know that was a lot, but a lot of you guys were asking about my fitness routine, and I knew it was going to be a lot of information, so I knew I needed to make a separate video for you guys. And since it's kind of bikini season, I figured this was a good time to put this up and kind of share with you guys my fitness routine and all that kind of good stuff. So I hope this was helpful, and as always, please don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!